in Boston, Willie O'Ree, talk about a level of respect and a person revered across the game. But how can we look at this and we're celebrating him? It's fantastic. But how can we also say, like, oh, now it's 2022 and we're going to retire his jersey?
Yeah.
When Jackie Robinson was retired league wide in baseball, how long ago? Like it's kind of our culture a little bit in hockey, isn't it? But what a celebration for Willie, though. I mean, like, as
totally.
it needed to be.
Yeah, and I agree. And you know what I mean? Why? Yeah, you're right. There is something about hockey that we doesn't quite. The wheels turn very slowly.
We move at a glacial pace.
And glacial. You know what I mean? And it's not something that I necessarily.
Chris Pronger had his jersey retired last night at the same night as Willie O'Ree, who broke the color barrier in the 50s.
But here's the big difference. Chris Pronger crushed a beer at his ceremony. And, Willie's of a more advanced age. He wasn't able to actually physically be at the ceremony, which is, it is what it is. It's like, It would have been epic if he had crushed a beer too. I'm not complaining, but I think, here's again, wouldn't it be nice? And what would be wrong if the NHL did exactly that? They said, starting next year, no one's going to wear 22, because that's how important this moment was. And, it's, again,
at this point it's past it, because then it looks like you're tone deaf and catering, right? If they would have gone and done that like baseball did years ago, it would have made a real statement.
You know what? I'd take it now. I would totally take it now. So here's what I have. I'm
sure Wayne Simmons would like to see that happen. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You talk to Wayne and the admiration he has for Willie O'Ree, and I mean, just paving the way and the close friendship that they've built.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I wasn't teammates with Simmer for very long, but we had a couple dinners and meals together, and I think the world of that. When he talked, I listened, Scott.
Yeah.
I just think his perspective is so valuable in the game.
He's, what the thing about Willie, and I wrote a piece when he went into the Hall of Fame, was it 3 years ago? And I had the opportunity. I was with Bryant McBride and the crew that was producing the documentary, Willie. And I got an opportunity to go with them to Columbia, South Carolina, where he went through old records that dated back to his ancestors, slaves on plantations in South Carolina. And then you sort of juxtapose, his history with the work that he did, not only just being the first Black player in the NHL, but the thousands and thousands of kids and of all races, all types over the years, and the impact he's made on those young people is, man, yes. Why did it take so long to retire that number? Why aren't all the teams doing it? But it was a special night. And I thought the Bruins did a wonderful job, especially given, the dynamic with Willie not being able to be here. It was a terrific night. Bruins
wasn't a great night for the Bruins
game, but I thought it was great. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I mean, Whitley just amazes me. I mean, he's basically blind in one eye. Like, how good of a hockey player he was to get to the level he was at. And yeah, you talk to anybody that's person of color within our game, like they all have that reference for him. It's that important what he did, and it's cool.